All right, the RW Wrestling Podcast is back again, and we have a special guest, WrestleRush.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
All right, so today we are reviewing No Mercy 2007.
Back in the day.
And that was a year where we all still had our virginities.
Well, not him.
Well, not me.
He was 31 or something like that.
Close. 30. How
was it being the 31-year-old virgin?
I hope none of y'all still have it. That's what I'm just gonna leave it at that. I hope none of y'all still have it.
No, they're all gone now.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Yeah.
See, I was about 9 months from getting it removed at this pay-per-view time.
Okay.
You
act like getting something removed from your body. Take it from me.
Take it from me.
It's like it's like inside your appendix removed or something.
I lost my visa in July the next year, man.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Way to go.
What was the pay-per-view for that? What was the pay-per-view for that year? I'm sure you have fond memories of that.
Month. What month was it? Tell us.
Yeah.
It was July, so it would have been Great American Bash time.
Where you go? I bet it's what it was.
What was the main event of Great American Bash 2008?
Triple H
so that
and
show
Edge.
probably has a good memory for you then, right?
Yeah, it was a Great American Bash.
He was doing it while he was watching Triple H and Edge main event.
Wow.
Dude, if only, man.
Wow. Yeah, wow. Psycho.
You know, as soon as that Divas title match came on, it was like, all right, baby, let's go.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. We'll okay.
So, follow up. Obviously, you can say whatever the fuck you want on this podcast. We don't care.
In case you couldn't tell.
We are the non-PG podcast.
All right.
I love it.
All right, Albert. So, what did we start this show off with?
Oh, boy. Filler, banter, whatever you want to call it, part one.
Victory Road 04 filler.
Victory Road filler. Let's go. We start off with Mr. McMahon and William Regal making their way to the ring. And Mr. McMahon starts off by saying that John Cena is stripped of the WWE title due to injury. I think it was his pec injury, right? Or was it tricep? I forget which one.
Pec.
His pec, okay.
Or it might have
Yeah,
been
this is the injury where he would come back early because McMahon was like, he could be gone from 6 months to a year. No, he's back in 4 or 5.
Dude, every injury, he's back early, no matter what it is.
Vince
Dude's a machine.
Yeah, Vince McMahon guarantees. Vince McMahon talks about guarantees and listening to the audience a lot tonight. So his first guarantee is that we will have a new champion tonight. And he says, I make decisions for you because we're not good enough to do that. And the crowd starts chanting Y2J. He says, nope, can't have that. So he announces Randy Orton as a WWE champion. Okay. William Regal says, let me be the first to congratulate you. And then which superstar do you wish to defend your title against? Randy Orton says, it's I know one person I won't defend it against, and that's John Cena. There's no one in the WWE Universe, the locker room, who can. And then Triple H's music hits. And then Triple H says, I'll be the first to congratulate... No, you're not going to be the first because William Regal already did, so whatever. So what do you say, Randy Orton? You and me tonight? How about right now? Randy Orton says, no. And then Triple H goes on forever and a year to tell Vince McMahon he has no balls, he's scared, he's a fraud. And just to get McMahon all pissed off to get the match, the first Orton and Triple H match started.
Start the match, damn it!
Yeah, ring the bell now! So...
Yeah, Triple H talking to McMahon trying to get the mats made took longer than my virginity did.
Well, good for you.
Damn, yeah.
I mean,
were you watching that promo as you lost it, though?
No. You're on!
Shut up! All right, so then McMahon just huffs and puffs, starts to get the bell rings. Orton has this look on his face like, what? Are he's just flabbergasted, and then we go to the match.
All right, WrestleRush. So first, what do you think about this promo?
It was a little too long for my liking, but I kind of dug it because I kind of thought that they were just kind of going in a totally different direction. And I think around this time, what was it, 2007, right?
Yep.
Something like this is kind of unheard of. I feel like this is something that you see like
on Raw
nowadays. You'll see something like this on Raw, but for them to do that on a pay-per-view back in 14 years ago, it was kind of unheard of, and it was definitely something new and different. So I kind of dug it in that regard.
Yeah, which is true. The only thing is they had no chance to make this happen on Raw because Cena got injured the Raw before the pay-per-view.
Jeez.
That too, yeah.
He got injured on the last segment of the show. And then, next is obviously like ECW and SmackDown, and they're not going to do anything for the WWE Championship on those shows. So they had no choice.
And I think they made it work, though. I think they made it work.
It got, like you, it took too long. They could have just got right to the point. Triple H could have said, they could have done some other way. I'm like, okay, yeah, he's going to manipulate him, and Mr. Man's a dumb heel right now. But towards the whole rest of the night, it got better and better. Just that little bits, the bits and pieces they had the rest of the way. So.
Well, and you got to think, Triple H at this point, he's technically in a feud with Vince because, Vince is sending all these people at him. Like, he had that match with Carlito where it was no disqualification for Carlito only.
Yeah, and then Umaga.
And Umaga's the henchman, and all this other crap, because this is the illegitimate son angle where fucking Triple H is just roasting his ass the whole time about this shit.
Is she magically delicious?
Like I said, that was my favorite line in that whole promo, is that. So anything else you got to say about this WrestleRush? Like, who would you have personally thought that Randy Orton's opponent would have been?
I think it was pretty obvious that it was going to be Triple H at that point. It was really going to be a toss-up between Triple H or Shawn Michaels. But I think Triple H was kind of the right call, and then eventually they had the two other matches, which we'll probably get into now, in a little bit. But I think it was the right call to have Triple H on there.
That's true. But if you're thinking from Randy Orton's logic, why don't you fucking just picked Regal right away and just told him to lay down?
that would make sense.
Or you pick Santino.
Dude, Hornswoggle.
That would have, McMahon would have loved that.
I would have been down for that.
Just seeing Hornswoggle get his
I would have
whooped.
liked to see Randy Orton try to RKO Hornswoggle.
Because Hornswoggle
out of nowhere.
Yeah. Because Hornswoggle at one point would have bitten Randy Orton's ass.
Well, I mean, unless Hornswoggle goes for the tadpole splash and Orton catches him with an RKO.
Yeah, RKO out of nowhere on a midget.
Dude, please book that right now. Since WWE Creatives is terrible right now, just book that. Ah, shit. All right, so we go on to the first match, the WWE Championship match, Randy Orton versus Triple H.
1 of 3.
So Triple H has a back elbow to Orton. Triple H attempts a clothesline to Orton, but Orton rolls out of the ring. Orton then attempts to grab the WWE title and to leave, but Triple H has an elbow to Orton off the apron.
Says,
Triple H has a running forearm to the back of Orton's head. Triple H throws Orton into the barricade. Triple H attempts a clothesline to Orton again, but Orton ducks. Triple H does the running high knee to Orton. Triple H chokes Orton in the ropes. Triple H attempts a suplex to Orton, but Orton does his beautiful backbreaker to Triple H.
Triple H.
Orton rakes Triple H's eyes. Orton then does the scoop slam, some stomps, a knee drop, and a rear chin lock to Triple H because you need a rest hold in there. Orton attempts a back body drop to Triple H, but Triple H kicks Orton. Triple H then does a clothesline to Orton. Triple H does a running clothesline to Orton. Triple H then does a clothesline to the back of Orton's head. Triple H does a top rope superplex to Orton. Triple H then attempts a running corner clothesline to Orton, but Orton does the back elbow to Triple H instead. Orton attempts a clothesline to Triple H, but Triple H hits that beautiful spine buster.
Mm-hmm.
Orton does his draping DDT to Triple H. Orton attempts an RKO to Triple H, but then Triple H attempts a pedigree to Orton instead, but then Orton does the back body drop to Triple H. Orton then attempts a knee drop to Triple H, but Triple H moves. Triple H gets the figure four onto Orton.
Woo!
Triple H then hot shots Orton in the ropes. Triple H attempts some move off the top rope. I don't know if he was going for an elbow or what, but Orton hits Triple H right in the leg. Orton then attempts a running corner shoulder to Triple H, but Triple H moves, so Orton hits the ring post shoulder first. And the most lethal move in wrestling, Triple H rolls up Randy Orton. 1, 2, 3.
Ding, ding, ding. Damn, Randy.
WrestleRush, what do you got to say about that match?
I didn't think you were going to go through the whole play-by-play.
That's what he
very
does.
impressive.
That's what we do on this program.
No, that's what you do.
We got to try to make it look good.
It's what you do.
There's good and bad to that. I think everybody kind of complains about the roll-up finish, especially for a championship match. But you're going to be building for that match later on in the night, right? You're going to be building on for that big last man standing match. So Orton has to have his reason for a rematch, basically, right?
Yeah.
So I think the roll up kind of works here, especially in the first match of the night to get the ball rolling here, give everybody that shock finish. I think it kind of worked here.
Yeah, Triple H got lucky. That's the story.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pretty much. I mean, I'm down with the fact that, hey, you can't go balls to the wall when you know you got to do a last man standing match later in the night.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was amazed at how the crowd was like into this match, even though they probably seen it like a few times here and there. Starting off with a WWE title match, this crowd was all about it. I was like, and when the crowd gets hype, I get hype. So definitely a good way to start the show. So.
Definitely. So, WrestleRush, we normally rate matches 1 through 10. I don't know how you personally do it yourself, but what would you think of this match in particular?
Man, it might be a solid 6.5 to 7.
That's what I was thinking too.
I gave it
6.5
a
to 7 is
7.
probably where it's at.
Yeah.
I gave it a 7. It was very solid. It did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, they would go. Obviously, they'll top it later. So.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So.
All right, Legend, what are you thinking?
No, you guys were right on it. I don't even have to say anything. 6.5 is about right.
Yep. And that was done for a reason. It wasn't like the match was like fundamentally wrong or it was booked horribly. It was just that they knew they were going to have 3 matches for Triple H. There's no reason to burn them out in the first one.
Well, and later we'll get to the match that it's like, why is this here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then what do we got next, Albert?
After we see about a 5-minute Triple H celebration, we get Orton in the back, and he has the same flabbergasted look that he had when he found out he was wrestling Triple H in the first place. And he's a bit upset, and he's like in shock and everything. He's like just walking around in the backstage area, and Mr. McMahon walks up to him, and just kind of looks at him as like.
He looks like he's disappointed, like a disappointing father.
You, and then just walks away, and Orton just like has his look on his face, and we go to the next match.
He literally looks like, back when you were in school, if you're like, you failed a test or something, how your dad would kind of look at you like,
yeah,
I'm disappointed in you, son.
Yeah, or you lost a fight or whatever. Yeah.
Pretty much. Any comments on that little segment there, WrestleRush?
Yeah, that's building up for the main event. Disappointment, perfect. I think it worked for the moment there. So, nothing too crazy, but I dig it there.
All right. So then the next match we get is a bonus match.
Ooh.
Means we have to fill the card.
Yeah, which means this could have been on Sunday Night Heat.
Well, I mean, this match is actually better than a Sunday Night Heat match.
Well, yeah, but like.
So we got the team of Jeff Hardy and Paul London and Brian Kendrick versus Mr. Kennedy and Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch.
Mr.
NWA World Champion Trevor Murdoch to you.
Yeah.
And then Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch cut a promo. What'd they say, Albert?
Lance Cade said something about what happened on Raw was luck. I don't know what that was.
So on Raw, they had been beaten when their partner was Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, okay.
And Jeff Hardy was still on the team of London and Kendrick.
Okay. So Lance Cade says, we went out and got ourselves a real partner, and then Mr. Kennedy's music hits, and says, everybody here lucked out. 1, you get to see me, and 2, I get to be these guys' partner because I am the greatest tag team partner you could have gotten. And then he pulls off this usual shtick like
Mr. Kennedy.
He brings up Green Bay, like North Carolina, all that kind of shit. And he does his little Kennedy shtick with the microphone, and they make their way to the ring, and all the fun ensues.
All hell breaks loose?
I'm gonna call it hell.
All right. So Kendrick does a side headlock and a running crossbody to Cade. London does a sunset flip powerbomb and a side headlock to Cade. London does a side headlock takedown to Murdoch twice. London does a drop kick to Murdoch. Hardy and London do a poetry in motion to Murdoch. Hardy attempts a jawbreaker to Murdoch, but Murdoch reverses it. Murdoch does a big boot to Hardy. Kennedy attempts a running corner kick, aka a paintbrush, to Hardy, but Hardy moves. Kendrick does a running forearm to Kennedy. Kendrick then does a running forearm and a drop kick and a running forearm to Cade. Kendrick attempts some sort of running move, but then Murdoch holds the ropes down, so Kendrick just falls out of the ring. Cade does a slam to Kendrick. Cade lifts Murdoch up, so Murdoch can do a leg drop to Kendrick, which looked pretty interesting, actually. So that was pretty cool. Murdoch does a slam to Kendrick. Murdoch does multiple knee drops to Kendrick. Kennedy does a running corner boot and a side headlock and a shoulder tackle to Kendrick. Cade attempts a top rope superplex to Kendrick, but Kendrick does a headbutt to Cade. Kendrick does a Brett's rope tornado DDT to Cade. Murdoch attempts a running corner clothesline to Kendrick, but Kendrick moves out of the way. Hardy does a running forearm to Kennedy off the apron. Hardy does a clothesline, a back elbow, a flying forearm, a modified neck breaker, a front face buster, and a top rope swanton to Murdoch. So he's doing a lot of shit here.
Anything else?
Yeah.
I know, right? He almost had a whole match right there.
Yeah.
London does the inverted atomic drop and a hurricane rana to Cade. Hardy does the mule kick to Kennedy. London does a springboard drop kick and a spinning heel kick to Kennedy. Hardy attempts the double axe handle to Cade off the barricade, but Hardy slips and falls.
Oopsie.
London attempts a top rope move to Kennedy, but Murdoch hits London. Kendrick does a running crossbody to Murdoch. London attempts another top rope move to Kennedy, but Kennedy hits London in the leg. Then Kennedy does the Green Bay pounce to London. 1, 2, 3. Kennedy, Cade, and Murdoch win.
Is it called the Green Bay Pounce or Plunge?
I read it as pounce, and when I looked on Pro Wrestling Wiki, but...
Okay, fair enough. I'm just wondering.
WrestleRush, what do you think about that particular match? Any comments?
Hey, you just got to get those guys in the card, especially Jeff, right? So,
Yep.
Just like you guys said earlier, it's a lot of filler on this card, and this was an example of that. But got to have Jeff on there, so not really mad at it.
No, not at all. My favorite part was actually there's a few favorite parts of me. I like the spot where Murdoch parts the ropes and Kendrick just falls right through them, and they look great. I don't think I've seen that before or after, at least on TV.
Well, yeah, because the first time they do it, they have a really bad camera angle, so it looks really stupid. But then when they show the replay camera angle, it's like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kendrick was trying to run the rope, so Murdoch had him open, so he fell.
And I like the fact that the heels cut the ring in half. When I think of tag team wrestling, I think of cutting the ring in half, beat the shit out of your opponent, work to the hot tag, and they did that here. And Kendrick did a fucking hot tag almost literally halfway across the ring and got Jeff in the ring. I thought that was interesting. And then Jeff gets the pop because that's why he's in there. Another cool spot was when Kendrick, this is towards the end, he does this flying shoulder tackle thing. I don't know if you described it or not, but he did it to Trevor Murdoch.
That was a running crossbody.
It was a crossbody, okay. And they both went over the top rope, and that led to the finish. And Kennedy coming back into the Green Bay Pounce was really cool. I gave the match a 6. It was okay. It was just there to be there.
What are you thinking, WrestleRush?
Yeah, 6 is probably the perfect score. Like you said, it's there to be there. It served its purpose.
Yep.
I'm going to go 7 because the crowd is fucking hype.
Oh, well, they were. Yeah, they were. And they would be the whole night, so.
I gave it a 6.
The Chicago crowds, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
You can't really go wrong with Jeff Hardy in that matter, so 6.
And I mean, to mention the crowd, it's just unfortunate that the one guy they love to see.
Or love to boo, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that a little bit later, so.
But yeah, I mean,
most importantly, they love to pay to see, though.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also cool the fact that, London and Kendrick are in that program with Cade and Murdoch, so they're continuing that. Yep. Hardy and Kennedy are starting a feud at this point. So, I mean, they're building off that, so at least it makes sense of why you would do that versus just kind of putting a random tag match together.
Yeah.
Like they would on Raw nowadays. Yeah,
you're right. It's random, yes, because of the situation, but not based on what their the stores are working towards.
Exactly. So what do we got, Albert?
All right, we get Triple H in the back. He's admiring. He has his newly acquired WWE title on his shoulder, and he's just admiring it. And he walks around, and he walks up to Batista, who also has his World Heavyweight Championship belt on his shoulder. And this is like, I always get annoyed about seeing wrestlers in the back. Now if he just won the damn thing, okay, fine. Why is Batista walking around with his title on his shoulder? Well, you don't need to. It looks so awkward seeing all these wrestlers having to hold the titles on them, especially on their shoulder, with how bulky they can be. Anyway.
You want to see him walking around with it around his waist for 2 hours?
No, I don't see it at all.
Sounds like a personal problem.
I don't want to see it at all. It's like we all know they're champs. We don't need to see them with their belts all the time. Anyway, so Batista congratulates Triple H, and Triple H responds by saying, "Yeah, have fun with that Punjabi title match, or sorry, the Punjabi cage match." Almost snarkily, I might add. And then Triple H turns around, and there's Vince McMahon. And Vince McMahon says, I'm still doing the guarantees. I guarantee a title match, and that's what we got. But I'm also still giving the fans what they want, and I'm going to put you in a match, I'm announcing a title match between you and Umaga. Well, your match now is a title match between you and Umaga. That's what it was.
All right, WrestleRush, what do you think about McMahon making Umaga and Triple H for the title?
Love it. We're even building another step to that last man standing main event. Can't go wrong here. I'm a huge Umaga fan. Anytime Umaga's in a big match, I'm all for it.
See, so am I. I love Umaga. All right, so then we got,
goddamn.
The ECW World Title match. CM Punk versus Big Daddy V.
This is CM Punk's best match ever.
Dude,
yes.
You're right. I didn't even think about that.
Versus Big Daddy V.
If you need help doing this, I can step in.
Well, first and foremost, Big Daddy V does a Beal to Punk.
Beal!
Punk attempts a double leg takedown to Big Daddy V.
I wasn't ready.
But Big Daddy V does a belly to back takedown to Punk. Big Daddy V at this point lays on Punk and does like a spin drill and punches him.
Yeah.
Punk
man.
That looked awful.
Punk does a terrible looking roundhouse kick, and then he does an enziguri to Big Daddy V. Big Daddy V shoves Punk down. Big Daddy V does the V corner chop to Punk. Big Daddy V attempts a running corner splash to Punk, but Punk moves. Punk does a top rope drop kick to Big Daddy V. Then Matt Striker just comes in and punches Punk in the back, so CM Punk wins by DQ.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man.
ECW title match with a DQ finish.
Get the fuck out of here with this shit. This is literally 4 years before Punk would have the Summer of Punk, and he was the second one.
Yeah. Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor.
Well, we're not talking about Ring of Honor here. We're talking about WWE.
I am.
Well, I would harken back to those days if I could, considering what I just saw here. Give me a fucking break. I didn't want to see a Punk versus Big Daddy Viagra match anyway, but that's what we got, right? So the hometown boy comes in, he gets the biggest pop of the night, at least up till that point anyway.
Yeah, no, he got a huge pop.
And then out of the blue, Striker comes in, causes the DQ, and Big Daddy Viagra decides to be all happy about it and beat up CM Punk. And so he whoops the shit out of CM Punk, and Punk is like, I think he chomps on a few blood capsules.
Well, yeah, because he does like the Samoan drop to him a few times, and then he does the elbow drop like 3 times.
There was this I don't know if it's MMA or UFC or whatever it was, but it was in a 4-sided ring, and there was a Japanese guy who was literally maybe the same size as Punk, maybe in better shape, but still the same size, against a dude who was literally 500 pounds, and this is an official fight. And it happened the same way, except the little guy hit and moved until the referee says, okay, you're stalling. So then the guy goes in for like one kick, gets caught. The fat dude falls on him. And that's the fat guy's plan. That's what Big Daddy V was doing here. That's what it looked like. And eventually, at least the little guy was able to get away and knock the other guy out. But like, this is ridiculous, man. Like, and this is CM Punk match. I'm about to give it a freaking 1. And just because of CM Punk is number 1 in all our hearts. It's bullshit.
Yeah, I'd give it a 1 as well. WrestleRush, you got a different opinion on that?
Absolutely none. A 1, and I think we're good to go to move on to the next match here.
Legend, what do you got for that?
You know what? You know what I kind of noticed though as we're talking about this? I think already on the card, there's already been 3 wrestlers who have passed away. Am I correct? We have what's his name? Lance Cade. Lance Cade. We had Umaga, and now we have Viscera. So I think that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, this goes back to some of the other podcasts we did where we talk about that.
That's true.
Yeah, we I think we started that with WrestleMania 17. We did that with that's one of our early podcasts, and we started mentioning either Hall of Famers
or dead people
or dead wrestlers.
It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy.
It's one of the tragic things about wrestling is that these guys entertain us, but at what risk? Obviously, their bodies and their health and their lives.
So going back to that Punk match for 1 second, though.
I give it a 1, by the way.
The thing that I don't understand is so Punk does the top rope drop kick to Big Daddy V. Big Daddy V is not in like trouble at this point. Like Punk is not like hitting a finisher or anything, like looking like he's gonna win. So why is Striker getting him disqualified that early?
Because he wanted me to miss my favorite move of all time, the Big Daddy sexual movements on top of CM Punk's
Oh no,
head
he
than
didn't do that in that one. Or
No.
in this gimmick, he did
I
that
didn't care.
spin drill thing.
I still
That was
would've
fucking
wanna see it.
gross.
Because it's always weird to see how uncomfortable the person taking the move is when Viscera's doing
Oh yeah,
it.
when he does like the big humping move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Careful, because like, I mean, this dude like, and I don't know if the rumors are true, but I've heard like, Big Daddy V or Viscera, whatever his real name is, will pop Viagra on purpose just to masturbate to porn. Viagra.
Ugh.
It's the weirdest
Well,
thing.
there you go.
That's
Well,
why
I
I call
guess
him. That's why I call him
points
Big
are
Daddy
nickname.
Viagra.
So then, what did we have next, Albert?
Oh,
I know. Right, on to the next match. please.
Moving on.
I don't know if I call this a match. This is like a really, it's a fun segment because of Melina and Maria. They come out there.
Oh God, fuck
and,
me sideways.
All right, we got Taz in the ring, and he has a table set up with cups of water, pitchers of water, pizzas, and a couple score counters. And he's saying that, and they recap this competition that Matt Hardy and MVP have been having for the few weeks before this, like basketball and football and all this nonsense. And so
There was chess. That was pretty funny where MVP
He
pretended he
sneezes, yes.
sneezed and then he knocked all the pieces over.
because he's about to get checkmated.
The push-up contest.
Yeah. All right, so Taz says we're going to have a Chicago-style deep dish competition, so whoever eats the most pizza in like a minute and a half or whatever it is.
It was 2 minutes.
Yeah. So MVP and Matt Hardy come out. I'm sorry, he introduces the judges, who are Melina and Maria. Melina is on MVP's side to judge him, and Maria is on Matt Hardy's side to judge him to see if if they ate the pizza correctly or whatever. Not a problem with having those two in there because that's about the only good spot about this whole bullshit.
Yeah, except for Taz goes, you can't have pizza without a couple tomatoes.
Yeah, it's like slang for hot chick, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ho ho ho. Yeah, it's good shit, pal. All right, so MVP says when he comes out, he has a little bit of a promo. He has a mic in his hand. He says that deep dish fans are fat, and Maria says, "Well, I'm from Chicago, and I'm not fat." Well,
No.
Oh,
She
you
goes,
call it-
am I fat?
oh, am I fat? Yes, you are. Pretty hot and tempting. Yes, indeed. And then
But he just says, what does he say after that?
he says, yeah,
"Pizza
but
don't raise your IQ. Or
yeah, that's
something
it.
like that.
That's it. Deep dish don't raise your IQ anymore. Because Maria was playing a
Dumb
ditzy female.
interviewer.
And then MVP and Matt Hardy then bicker for a few seconds about the competition, like who won, who lost, and all that crap. And then they have the competition itself. So you see, they're always eating food, and I hate this. I hate fucking eating competitions. The camera has to get up close. It's gross and all that crap. And of course, Matt Hardy wins because he ate 2 slices to MVP's none. I guess I don't know.
Nothing like eating pizza that's been sitting there for like 30 minutes before you even
No
get to
shit. So Matt Hardy's declared the winner after 2 minutes is up, and MVP says, I didn't lose. I'm sorry. I'm not going to lose. He's going to puke everything out. And sure enough, Matt Hardy turns around and maybe legitimately puked on MVP's shirt and face.
Yeah, that was pretty gross.
MVP threw up like a fat baby is what, what Taz said.
Well, and then JBL on commentary goes,
Yes.
I don't even think Melina knows how to count pizza slices.
After all that shit was over, and we'll get to a quote-unquote rating. I'm not going to rate this. I don't even think it's a
this
match.
is no rating at
Okay,
all.
good. Right before the next match, JR says, wow, what a presentation from the Friday Night SmackDown, and I couldn't agree more.
No, the thing that I didn't understand about this is you're giving these guys 2 minutes to eat these pizza slices, right? Why is there like 8 boxes of pizza on this fucking table?
It's the only way the deep dish company would.
Realistically,
It's for
any
the
person.
aesthetic purposes. It's for the aesthetic purposes.
Well, realistically though, not a single person can eat a full fucking pizza in 2 minutes.
Nope.
Not that size
Have you?
pizza. I'll tell you that.
You've never met my ex-girlfriend then?
Wow.
Damn.
What does that say
I'm
about your
kidding. I'm
ex-girlfriend?
kidding. I'm only kidding.
Are you?
She's going to hear this, you know.
She's our number 1 fan.
It's whatever. That's why it's
Hey,
his
we have
ex.
wait. We have fans.
Only fans.
Okay.
Only
Whoa.
fans.
Do I have? No, I don't have OnlyFans yet. I got to
They're
get one.
getting rid of the sexual content though.
Ah, damn it.
So what's
I
the
heard
point
they
of it
weren't.
then?
I
What
heard
is
they went
what
back on
exactly is the point of it then? That's what I don't understand.
It becomes TikTok, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Well, I mean, I heard that the only reason that they're trying to get rid of the sexual content is because the banks are like, we don't want this showing up on our statements.
Interesting. Okay.
What do you think about this pizza contest, WrestleRush?
I just feel bad for the people who actually paid to see this. Well, they saw the Big Daddy V match in CM Punk, and then they get to follow it with this, right?
So 2 segments in a row.
Yeah, if you're ready to go to the bathroom or get some beer or whatever, this is the time to do it.
The only person that seemed interested in this was Taz, because he was trying to make it seem interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give Taz credit because, like, he at least, like, tried to care about this.
No, yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, no.
No.
Then did we go on to the next match, Albert, or did we have another segment?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we have the WWE title match, Triple H versus Umaga. All right. Umaga attempts a slam to Triple H, but Triple H has a DDT to Umaga instead.
Double knee cane bump.
Yeah, it was a double knee cane bump. Umaga attempts a clothesline to Triple H, but Triple H pulls the ropes down, so Umaga falls out of the ring. Triple H hits Umaga into the steps. Umaga hits Triple H into the steps. Triple H attempts a clothesline to Umaga, but Umaga does a thrust kick to Triple H instead. Umaga drops his weight on Triple H in the ropes. Not really, but that's what they wanted you to think. Umaga attempts a Brett's rope headbutt to Triple H, but Triple H moves out of the way. Triple H has a face buster to Umaga. Umaga attempts the Samoan spike to Triple H, but Triple H attempts a pedigree to Umaga instead, but Umaga back body drop to Triple H. Umaga attempts another clothesline to Triple H, but Triple H does the spine buster to Umaga. Triple H attempts a pedigree to Umaga, but Umaga does the Samoan drop to Triple H instead. Umaga then is choking Triple H in the corner with his foot. Umaga throws Triple H into the barricade. Umaga does a bear hug to Triple H. Triple H rakes Umaga's eyes. Umaga does a tilt-a-whirl slam and a running headbutt and a knee drop to Triple H in the ropes. Umaga attempts a running corner hip attack to Triple H, but Triple H moves. Umaga attempts a running corner splash to Triple H, but Triple H gets his boot up. Umaga then is stupid enough to attempt the running corner splash again.
Very nice.
And Triple H moves, so Umaga hits his head on the ring post. Triple H has the pedigree. 1,
cane
2,
bump.
3. Triple H wins.
Double knee cane bump. I never seen anybody do that.
Also, first thing, Triple H is the Flip Gordon in this show.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Maybe Vince to a degree, but at least Triple H is in the ring 3 times. So.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean Triple H is
He's
the
in
Flip
6
Gordon.
segments.
Well, yeah, but the difference between Vince and Triple H is that Vince was only in the ring once.
All right, WrestleRush. So we have a thing called the Flip Gordon of the show, which is the person that you see the most.
Because the one time we watched the Ring of Honor show, we came up with the idea he was on 5 times.
Yeah, the first Ring of Honor show we ever watched, there was a Flip Gordon was on like 5 different segments,
including the matches. So yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's
so it's become a thing now.
5 segments. I don't know who booked that.
Maybe no
Flip
one did,
himself?
and he just came out on his own. I don't know.
More money, right? The more times I show up, the more you pay me, right?
Hey,
Per
there
appearance.
you go. There you
Per
go.
appearance.
If you're that wrestler, don't complain. But
Yeah, I mean, because technically only one of them was a match that he was in, so it was
Yeah.
fine.
And the cane bump is something I got from OSW the OSW reviews, and you'll notice like Kane, whenever he takes a bump, he puts a knee down
Whenever he
to take
takes a pedigree.
or a pedigree. So like after I started seeing that, I started noticing a lot of other guys doing it. And one of the most egregious ones was James Storm taking a 3D in one of the TNA pay-per-views in the cage, the one that would shock you. He took a 3D from like maybe 8 feet up and you can see his leg just go straight down. It's so obvious. And Umaga in this match took 3 cane bumps with both of his knees. And I was
It's
like,
gonna be a record.
come on.
The pedigree was definitely a double knee
Yeah.
one.
A DDT. You can't just fall on your stomach for that. Come on.
Well, I mean, he's not Rob Van Dam. He's not going to take that kind of a DDT.
he's about 350 pounds, so
Yeah,
he
but
gets a slight pass.
all he's got to do is fall forward. That's all he's got to do. That's all he's got to do.
But all right, WrestleRush, you love Umaga. What do you think about this particular match?
It's again like the Orton one. It served its purpose.
Yep.
Nobody here was expecting a 5-star classic. What it was? It was like 10 minutes, right? A 10-minute match served its
Something like that.
purpose. Triple H gets his win. He's done for the night, right? No, we're gonna set up for that next match later tonight. So nothing crazy, nothing super worthwhile, but it's a solid 6.5 out of 10 match.
I'm at 6.5 as well.
Triple H also walked out with busted ribs, and that will play into the main event. And I gave this match a 6 as well.
Well, they gave 6.5. I gave it a 6.
Okay. So, Albert, what happens after this?
You're going to have to tell me the guy's name, but we go to the back and we
Great
see the Great Khali
And
is in
Ranjin
meditation.
Singh.
The most exciting wrestler of all time, the Great Khali.
So Ranjin Singh.
Ranjin Singh.
Ranjin Singh. He is.
Wow, those are so many mispronunciations.
We see Great Khali is in the Om pose, and
The pose.
and
The
we're being
Om pose?
Om, yeah. You know what I meant. Yeah. And
What was I saying?
he was right.
Dude, that's what we should do. That's how you do yoga now. You just go, what was I saying?
I don't know what you're saying.
What are you saying?
I said he was in the meditation mode.
Om.
It's the
Like
same thing, right? Well,
almost.
see, now you're saying that, so.
All right, I don't know where we're going. Sidetrack.
Well,
moving
yeah.
on.
Quit interrupting me. Gosh,
We
guys.
fuck with you a lot.
We fuck with you a lot.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah, no. So we're being told that Khali is in meditation so he can go find his dark place, and because to win a Punjabi cage match, you need strength and to find your dark soul. And we move on from this nonsense after Khali stands up out of nowhere and almost busts a hole in the ceiling.
Yeah, he tries to attack the ceiling.
I
real
fucking
quick.
would have loved if that ceiling would have just been broken.
Yeah.
That ceiling has a family, damn it.
Yeah. My God, it's broken in half.
All right, any comments on this particular segment there, WrestleRush?
Pretty ridiculous, a little over the top, but
Hey man, Khali's got to pray to the evilest of gods.
Yeah.
I forget that we're still in 2007 here. We're still doing some over the top, ridiculous ideas, and this was kind of one of them, I think.
Hey man, we're still putting over Khali.
Yeah, you're right. There you go.
Let's just wait till we talk about the match. I have so much to say.
Oh man.
Don't tell me you're going to speak up.
For sure.
What was the main event?
All right, so let's go on to another match. We have Finley versus Rey Mysterio.
Huh.
This one,
Yeah.
I didn't mind it.
Until.
But all right, so Mysterio does an arm wringer to Finley. Finley does a European uppercut to Mysterio.
Until you got goaded.
Finley attempts a shoulder tackle to Mysterio, but Mysterio does a drop kick to Finley. Mysterio does a running leg drop, a snapmare, and a basement drop kick, and then a slingshot crossbody to Finley. Rey Mysterio attempts the 10 corner punches to Finley, but then for some reason the ref tells Rey Mysterio to stop. That was fucking dumb. Finley attempts a running corner clothesline to Mysterio, but Mysterio does a drop toe hold to Finley into the bottom turnbuckle. Mysterio attempts a powerbomb over the top rope off the apron to Finley, but Finley pulls the ring skirt over Mysterio's head.
I like that spot.
Finley throws Mysterio into the ring post, shoulder first, and then arm first. Finley then does an arm bar and a short arm clothesline to Mysterio. Finley kicks Mysterio's arm in the ropes. Finley does an elbow drop and a hammer lock to Mysterio. Mysterio does a modified snapmare to Finley into the middle turnbuckle. Pretty interesting. Finley attempts a clothesline to Mysterio, but Mysterio does a springboard crossbody to Finley. Mysterio does a slingshot seated senton and a running drop kick to Finley. Mysterio attempts a wheelbarrow bulldog to Finley, but Finley attempts a backdrop suplex to Mysterio. But then Mysterio lands on his feet. Mysterio does a drop kick to Finley. Mysterio attempts a 619 to Finley, but Finley fucking clotheslines his head off. Mysterio attempts a tilt-a-whirl head scissors to Finley, but Finley does the shoulder breaker to Mysterio, which pretty cool move to see. Finley removes the top turnbuckle pad and throws it, and the referee goes, "I'm only giving you one warning."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay."
Fine.
So then the ref goes to put it back on, but then Finley attempts to hit Mysterio with the shillelagh, but Mysterio kicks the shillelagh right out of Finley's hand. Mysterio then does a tilt-a-whirl head scissors to Finley on the floor. Mysterio does a basement drop kick to Finley. Mysterio attempts a 619 to Finley on the apron, but Finley ducks it. Then Mysterio kicks Finley right off the apron. Then Mysterio does a top rope leg drop to Finley. Finley is dead.
Dead, Jim.
He's dead.
He's dead, Jim.
So then the referee calls the doctors. They put Finley on a stretcher.
This goaded Albert.
Yep. So
Goated me.
Finley's
Gotcha.
getting taken away by the doctors
Gotcha.
on the stretcher.
Yes, it did.
And out of nowhere,
I didn't
Finley
close.
gets
I
up
got you.
and gives a
I knew what
clothesline
happened.
to the back of Mysterio's
I could
head.
tell what was going to happen.
Then Finley throws Mysterio into the barricade and does a slam to Mysterio on the floor. So this match ends in no contest.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I would assume their story would continue, and what would that entail?
They were in a stretcher match at
Of
Cyber
course.
Sunday.
Of course. A stretcher match.
Of course. Logical.
Yeah.
Can we all agree that the stretcher match is probably the most corny gimmick match that they could come up with?
I don't know, Punjabi
man.
prison.
There's worse.
There's a lot, but it's up there. Can we all at least agree that it's up there?
It's just as bad
it's
as the
up there.
ambulance match.
That ambulance match. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
It's definitely up there, but there's like items on a pole match.
Yeah.
Oh, those are the worst. You're right. Those are the
But
worst.
either way, WrestleRush, you are not wrong. It is one of the most silliest matches of all time.
We had
a stretcher match.
Yeah.
We had those Divas matches where it would be substance in a pool match, whether it be pudding, mud, etc.
But they can get away with it.
You know what? That may be a different animal though. So
that gets a rating on a different part of the body.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
There's also the strap match. I hate the strap match.
Yeah, it's hard to get that right because there's only really one way to win. You got to touch all the turnbuckles, but
Or then there's the ones where they're just literally just tied together with a strap and they just whack each other with them.
What was it? The Wyatt and Daniel Bryan one was good.
That one was good.
I'm gonna whack another man with a strap over and over and over again. Kinky.
WAP. What did you say? WAP.
He at first said whap.
Whack.
Yeah, I know.
He's gonna wet ass pussy another man with a strap.
Yeah. Kinky. That's why I said kinky at the end.
All right, WrestleRush, what do you got to say about this particular match?
You know what? Looking back at it, man, it was decent action for the first 5 or so minutes or whatever the match was, but stupid finish. And it just felt like you're just setting up for the next pay-per-view, which they obviously were. I'd probably give it like a 5.5 or 6 out of 10 if I had to score it.
I say by stupid finish, you mean non-finish, like all the other.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm
the
surprised
second non-finish of the
I'm
show.
surprised Matt Striker didn't show up and hit Rey Mysterio with something.
He
Oh
missed
my
his
God,
cue.
Matt Striker showed up.
Yeah.
Matt Striker
Yeah.
shows up in every match. That should be the gimmick.
Yeah. I thought the match was solid, even despite the finish. It was back and forth. This is the first match I think I've seen, maybe off the top of my head, where I see Rey Mysterio not hit somebody with a 619. It did not happen. It came close. I think it came close twice.
Mm-hmm. The first time was when he did that fucking clothesline.
Yeah. But I did like the spot where Ray was trying to do the Sunset Powerbomb and Finley outsmarted him, put him in the ring skirt. Thought that was really cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, I dig that. Yeah.
And but it did look like Finley got some heel points at this point. I just wish, in hindsight, that it would have been built on more had he had a good run with Rey Mysterio. But going right into a stretcher match, I think killed anything Finley would have had going forward. If it was a regular match, and maybe Rey Mysterio knock out of the park for like 15 minutes in the next pay-per-view, just a regular match, they hate each other, fight, great. But a stretcher match, and that just kills angles. A stretcher match.
Yeah, but you got to think about it though. At least the stretcher stipulation makes sense, seeing as Finley was being carried away on a stretcher.
Yeah. I get that, but he didn't. He didn't stay on it.
Fake injuries, stretchers.
Yeah, he didn't stay on it.
A stretcher obviously appeared, so we must have a stretcher.
It's true.
Well, I mean, at least that's the logical way to set it
Wrestling.
up. It's like, hey, you pretended you were hurt, so they were gonna take you away on a stretcher. So now I have to literally put you on a stretcher and push it past the line.
Oh,
yeah.
I got 2 more shitty gimmick matches: chairs matches and stairs matches.
Yes.
Oh,
Chairs are in every match anyway, and so are stairs. Exactly.
How many of those matches do they actually have, though? So
I know they had
like
one
or
stairs
two,
match.
right?
There's one stairs match with Big Show and Eric Rowan.
Yeah, the Extreme Rules, like what, 2016?
I can't remember the year of that one, but there's been a few chair matches, and one of them has Undertaker and Batista in it.
Jesus. All right. Yeah.
I gave it a 5.
Yeah, I gave it a 5 too.
I gave it a 6.
Oh, look at you.
I like the what Rey Mysterio and Finley were getting to. It's just it kind of ended early.
Yeah.
What they're getting to and then immediately stopped out of nowhere. Yeah.
Like an RKO.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
True.
Are we still talking about wrestling, or are we still talking about something else here?
I don't know yet.
It depends. So WrestleRush, what do you think about Finley in general?
One of the most underrated wrestlers of our time, man. I think his run right here from what was it, 05 to 07 or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, one of the top SmackDown heels.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see him as champ, man. I think that would have been really awesome. instead of Khali at the time was champ.
My
I would
God.
have loved to see Finley instead, but I guess they wanted to go a different route, right? So
Well, they
but
wanted
during this
Batista
time,
to
Finley
be
was
able
awesome.
to. They wanted Batista to have to climb a mountain. Finley's on a mountain.
They also needed that Indian market.
That's true. That's true.
Again and again.
I just literally think it's the fact that, hey, if Batista defeats Finley, and on paper you're going to be like, that's nothing. That's easy.
Exactly. You're right. Yep.
It's Khali. It's like, how's he going to lift him for the Batista bomb?
But he does anyway.
That too.
I don't know. I think it was very similar to the Jinder Mahal thing. He only was in the title picture because of the India market.
Don't get me wrong. I've literally heard from people that if you watch the Indian broadcasts of the shows,
Indiana,
that Khali is in the main event of every fucking show. So they edit it so Khali's the main event every time.
That's crazy.
Hey, fair enough, man.
No matter what the fuck match he's in, Khali's the main event.
Yeah, it must be like when Jinder Mahal's getting his jobber beat down at the end of every show now.
They just edit that part out.
They put it to the end. It's just him getting his ass beat.
No, they edit the beatdown part out.
It's like, yeah, I won. End of show. You don't get to see him get his shit kicked in.
Yeah, broadcast over.
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right, then what happened? Over? Do we have another backstage segment?
Oh, we do.
Of course we do. Of course we do. It wouldn't be filler.
This is Victory Road filler. Okay. All right, so we go to the back. Triple H is getting his ribs looked at.
Yay. Triple H is
And
back.
yeah, who's that guy?
Haven't seen enough of him today.
So Vince McMahon walks into the room and he continues to boast about how he guarantees everything and he announces historic things. And Vince McMahon announces that Orton is invoking his rematch clause and it's going to be Randy Orton and Triple H.
Triple H.
And a title match, not just any kind of match. Last man standing match.
You know, at this point, I didn't think I've ever seen a Triple H Randy Orton match.
No, it's never happened. Not even on this show.
If I did, I'd give it a 6. If it happened. Yeah, I'd probably give it a 6. So then Triple H stands up and just looks at Vince and then walks away, and then we go to the next match.
All right, at this point, what do you think in WrestleRush at this point of this part of the story here?
Doing good.
I think it was a solid setup to the main event, man. I actually think it was really good. You know, like Vince McMahon's given Triple H all these hurdles to topple, and it looks like Triple H has, toppled every single one, and then finally give him the final blow, which is that last man standing match.
Yep.
So it was a great setup, in my opinion.
I'll agree with that. Well, talk about not great setups. Here's a women's title match.
Holy fuck.
We have Candice Michelle versus Beth Phoenix. So Beth Phoenix.
Hi, Candice.
Yes. She's gonna call you back.
She won't.
I
She
agree.
won't.
I agree to that.
All these wrestlers.
I need an intervention. I really do.
All these divas have your number and they never call you.
I need an intervention.
So Phoenix throws Michelle to the mat. Phoenix does a Beal to Michelle.
Beal.
Why you point when you do that? You think I'm gonna miss my cue again?
Yep. Phoenix attempts a Beal to Michelle, but Michelle blocks it.
I don't think I caught on that.
Phoenix attempts a running corner clothesline to Michelle, but Michelle reverses it.
That's actually a good drop.
Michelle sweeps the leg of Phoenix. Phoenix does 2 running corner shoulders to Michelle. Phoenix attempts another running corner to Michelle, but Michelle kicks Phoenix in the back, and it looks very bad.
Well, it's Beth Phoenix. I mean, it's Candice Michelle.
Michelle does a drop kick and a short arm scissors to Phoenix.
She's good at some things. Wrestling is not one of them.
I understand.
Phoenix does an
She's
elbow
trying really
drop
hard.
to Michelle. Phoenix attempts a running corner clothesline to Michelle, but Michelle gets her elbow up. Michelle attempts a Brett's rope crossbody to Phoenix, but Phoenix catches her and does a power slam to Michelle, which is the
Big girl rule.
Correct. Big girl rule.
Big girl rule, big man rule, same thing.
Don't jump into a person way bigger than you.
Phoenix does a double axe handle and a modified Cobra clutch to Michelle.
You can call it that.
Michelle then hits Phoenix's head into the top turnbuckle to get out of the Cobra clutch. Michelle does a drop kick, a spinning heel kick, and a top rope crossbody to Phoenix. Michelle attempts a clothesline to Phoenix, but Phoenix runs Michelle into the turnbuckle back first. Michelle does a sunset flip to Phoenix. Phoenix then does a backbreaker and a cradle suplex. 1, 2, 3. Beth Phoenix wins.
First thing I'll say about this match is, thank God women's wrestling is good now.
Yeah. This match was okay. The best part was I don't know how far into her WWE career Beth Phoenix was at this point.
Very early.
Very early.
very
Yeah,
early.
she didn't even have the glam slam yet, or at least she did, but we didn't see it tonight.
So she debuted on the main roster in 2006, got injured, and this was like her reintroduction, I think, at SummerSlam that year.
This was a lot like when we watched that '08 match with Natalya in it. It's like, damn, she's different.
Yeah.
The Survivor Series.
Yeah, because Phoenix wasn't using the Glam Slam at this point, because she ended it with the Cradle Suplex.
Cradle.
Okay, so like Candice, her offense looked horrible, and so Beth was doing the heavy lifting. She was selling, and doing actually a pretty good job of selling Candice's offense, and you can tell it looked weak. I mean, Candice didn't hit the ropes very hard. Beth was doing that pretty good.
She's too busy hitting other stuff too hard.
Yeah, but I will say this though, Candice did a good job of selling Beth's moves too. So at least the selling on both ends was good. But like Candice looks so weak. Don't know how she got the belt. Never should have had it to begin with. At least for not very long.
Well, she didn't have it for very long.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, she literally won the title in June, and this is like September, October.
Yeah, she probably made like one defense, probably.
She defended against Melina at least once or twice.
Right. And then the finish coming from out of nowhere. Maybe the original match was scrapped because of the match, the card being rearranged. But it just came out of nowhere, and I was like, okay, all right, kind of a weird finish. I thought maybe it'd been set up a little bit more. But the match itself, you know what? I gave it a 5. It was okay. It was okay.
I gave it a 5.5 just because Candice Michelle has definitely improved from when she was in 2005.
Yes, sir.
To 2007.
There's a Playboy shoot in the middle of that.
It doesn't matter if there's a Playboy shoot or
I'm
not.
saying that's what made it better.
At least her wrestling had improved at that point.
Yeah, I think she was really trying to get better.
She was.
It's just one of those things where like maybe she just wasn't meant to be good at it, at least on the elite level.
So WrestleRush, what do you got for a rating for that?
I think you guys hit it on the nail. About a 4 and a 5. That's I was tuning in and out of this one, so I can't really go into it too much. But I think a 4 and a 5 was probably the perfect score for it. Candice Michelle, like you guys said, definitely improved from when she first debuted. And I love Beth, too. So I love seeing Beth on a pay-per-view match, even if it is like a 5-minute boring Divas match like this.
Oh, for sure. Legend, what do you got for a rating?
I gave it 4.5.
All right.
So after the match was over, Jared Lawler has a mic, and he congratulates Beth Phoenix. And Beth Phoenix basically says, "I'm the perfect combo of strength and beauty, and I usher in the era of the Glamazon." So there you go with that. And she said, "I am the perfect combo of strength and beauty," and she's all tired. "I'm ushering in the era of the Glamazon." I was like, okay. Good for you.
All right.
Couldn't tell if you're trying to mimic Kenny Omega for a second.
So you said at
Maybe
this
I was.
point you were starting to go in and out of Raw and shit. So WrestleRush, what do you think about these two ladies in general?
I mean, there's only so much I can say about some of these divas from this era, to be honest with you. I'm still a huge fan of Beth Phoenix. I think she really made it into her own in her final years with the company. And same thing for Candice Michelle. We can hate on all we want for her skills when she first debuted and even in this match a little bit, but there was definitely some improvement from her in-ring ability, and we got to respect that, I think.
Absolutely.
Okay, do we have another segment, Albert, or do we go to the next match?
Yes, next match.
No Triple H segment?
Well,
surprisingly not.
Don't you worry, we have the rest of the card. Don't worry about it.
So we have a Punjabi.
No,
prison
wait, go
match.
back. We need
No.
a Triple H segment. Go back.
No, we gotta go to the Poontang cage match. Let's go.
Punjabi prison match for the
That
world
sounds so much
heavyweight
better.
title.
Punjab.
Punjab. We got
Batista
Punjab.
versus the Great Khali.
Oh, he's finally crying.
Ah, fun shit here.
Got fired.
Ramsey broke him.
Got fired.
Oh.
So Khali does a clothesline to Batista. Khali attempts the Khali chop to Batista, but Batista reverses that.
Blech.
Yeah.
Batista does a running shoulder tackle. And then Khali gets stuck in the ropes, Andre the Giant style.
Yeah.
So then Batista starts punching Khali in the ropes. Batista attempts a clothesline to Khali in the ropes, so Khali gets his boot up, so big boot to Batista. Khali does the Khali chop to Batista. Khali attempts to leave the door of the cage, but Batista attacks Khali, so he can't do that.
Can't see shit.
Can't see shit.
Khali does a headbutt and some kicks in the corner, and then he chokes Batista with his boot, Stacy Keibler style.
Only Stacey Cooper can do that.
Oh no!
Kali does some corner.
Fine.
Kali does some corner elbows to Batista. Kali attempts to do the Kali bomb to Batista, but Batista reverses that. Kali does a big boot and a slam to Batista. Kali attempts a leg drop to Batista, but Batista moves. Batista does the spear to Kali. Then he asks the ref to raise the door. Batista attempts to leave the door, but Kali attacks Batista. Kali punches Batista. Kali chokes Batista against the Punjabi prison.
Weird.
Kali then chokes Batista with a rope that is connected to the structure. Kali then somehow gets a strap and starts whipping Batista with the strap.
As you want to do with it.
Kali then attempts to leave the other door, but Batista does a spine buster to Kali. Batista attempts to leave another door, but then Kali just grabs Batista's leg. Batista then whips Kali into with the strap.
Hey, Poppy.
Batista attempts to climb
I
out
got
of
a
the
dog running after me.
Batista attempts to climb out of the first structure, but Kali attacks Batista. Batista attempts a Brett's rope powerbomb to Kali, but then Kali punches Batista.
The dog gives us a big turd.
Kali does the vice grip to Batista, but Batista eventually does a low blow to Kali. Batista attempts to leave the door, but Kali slams the door on Batista's back.
Slam!
Kali then climbs, but then Batista knocks Kali down from the top of the structure. Batista attempts to climb the cage, but Kali pulls Batista down. Kali then somehow is able to climb over the first structure. Kali's climbing up the second structure. Batista then goes, oh shit, and climbs over the first structure. So Kali's at the top of the second structure, climbing over it, but Batista's spider monkey jumps to the second structure, climbs out, falls, and wins.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, Great Khali, look, it's for the world title, whatever. I know it's supposed to be one of those race to the end kind of a thing. I've seen those 100 gazillion times. It's either somebody's crawling to the door, guys climbing over the cage, who's going to get there, whatever. Anyway, you mean to tell me, Mr. Khali, that you just couldn't fall 5 feet and retain your title?
Hey, man.
Or also win the title, excuse me?
He has no knees, man.
Well, that was the funny part, because like right before he climbed the cage, he freaking was selling his knee because I think he took it against took a knee strike to the against the ropes or something like that. Yeah, way to go. Yeah, nice. Anyway, other than the Andre the Giant spot, there really wasn't anything memorable. But I will say this though, despite the fact that you can't see the match through the via the hard camera because of all the cage stuff, whenever they did show some stuff, it looked okay. It wasn't horrible. Because I think matches like this hide what Khali can't do, which is actually wrestle.
Like the main job he's supposed to have.
Yeah. So like, so he could use the cage, the stuff on the cage. He could use the doors. That door spot, by the way, when he was crushing Batista with it, I thought was really cool. But the ending, other than you see Batista leaping from one part of the cage to the inner cage,
I would have laughed my ass
to
off
the outer
if he didn't
cage.
grab it.
That was cool. We saw it coming a mile away. And then Batista scaling down the cage again, the race to the finish thing. But I'm sorry. My main point was that what we did see in the ring, despite you couldn't, I think it hid all the weaknesses of the match. That's the only real pro to this match, is that it hides weaknesses. So and just because I'm gonna give this match a 5. I thought it was okay.
All right, WrestleRush, what are you thinking?
Yeah, you made a good point about how this hides a lot of his weaknesses. There were some good spots in there. I guess the match was better than what I had originally remembered it, maybe because my expectations were just so low for it.
Yeah.
But what would you guys think? Because in my opinion, the Punjabi match, whatever it's called, is a good idea on paper, but the execution of it is just too all over the place.
Yeah.
So what would you guys think if instead of having those two cages that completely block your view, they just basically have it as one big cage around the whole ring, instead of having that middle one inside of it? Would you guys prefer that instead?
It sounds like a ripoff of the Hell in a Cell.
But that would be better, especially if you kept the door system thing going, because that kind of gives you like that drama, like, oh, can you get out of the door in that minute?
It's a little complicated, especially for like the more casual viewer, I should say, right? who doesn't really follow it too much, but they just stumble upon this match and they're like, okay, why is there 4 timers? Why is there 4 doors? And now they have to escape another cage. So it's just so all over the place for me. But
No,
I was wondering if you guys had the same opinion on that as me.
No, I feel like you were hitting the nail on the head with that. If it was only the outer structure cage without that inner structure cage, yeah, because this one honestly was kind of giving me Kennel from Hell vibes.
I don't know. I think they should just scrap the whole idea. If they're gonna keep the whole entire format of the cage itself, like the same bamboo or whatever, as just one cage, I don't know. It just reminds me of a really discounted, diminished, watered down Hell in a Cell. And I don't think I want to see
Fair
that.
enough.
I think the whole concept's dumb. So.
Right. So.
But no.
And it was strictly created for Great Khali, and he wasn't even in the first match.
I don't think he's won any of them. Well, no, he won. He helped Jinder Mahal win one. Did he win another one?
He didn't win one though.
Yeah, it's like
there's only been 3 total.
Yeah, it's like Jericho coming up with Money in the Bank, but he can't win it.
I'm on Albert's side though. I did a 5 as well.
I did a 4 at best.
Yeah. So another cool spot. When I saw the match, I was kind of hoping that when Batista was being choked on the side of the cage, that his feet will come off the ropes for just a few seconds to make it look like he's really being hung up. But yeah, maybe Khali can't do it. Christian made reference to that. So that would have been a really cool. That would have been a really cool spot if that had happened. But I understand why, because maybe Khali can't hold up Batista on his own.
That's true.
So other than that, I thought the match was just okay.
All right, WrestleRush, what do you think about Khali?
Well, first, let me score the match. I'll probably give it like a 5 out of 10 as well.
Okay.
But as far as Khali goes, he's obviously strictly there for the eyeballs. Because, I mean, let's face it, we all know he's not very good in the ring. But, one thing I have noticed is if you do go on YouTube and you search in Great Khali, he brings in the views, man. You see these videos on YouTube. He's got that huge market, that Indian market. So people can hate on him all they want, but there's a reason behind that, and there's that marketing side of things that you have to take into account as well. But hey, I was just glad that they finally got the belt off of him, though.
Yeah, and Vince knows that too. He knows where the markets are. He gets told where the markets are, how to target the demographics, and all that stuff. So I don't blame him for doing what he did. I as a wrestling fan, I wish he wouldn't have done or even thought about putting Khali at the top. So, but I understand why.
It should have been Finley, man.
Finlay, yeah. Right.
The Punjabi shit show match is over.
Hey, that could be a solid future episode too, talking about that Khali title reign, the pros and cons to it, like we were kind of alluding to earlier. I think that'd be a great episode.
I mean, that would be a good round table discussion. Not going to deny that.
Yeah. So what's the match? We're not watching matches though, right?
No,
definitely not.
You have
brother.
to watch every single match
we got
ever.
better things to do than that.
We get to talk about the possible Khali Kozlov tag team titles.
Dude,
Possibly they could have won those. They could have won those.
Yeah, we're talking, man. During the match, 17-time, 3-year run, 17-time champions apiece. Kozlov, Khali, main eventing every pay-per-view, switching off, making matches better and better, 60-minute draws and shit like that.
Broadways. We're talking not last man stand, Iron Man matches. They could go into the WrestleMania main events 3 years run and having all the belts, put them all on the line, tag team titles.
Yep.
All that stuff. They could do it, right?
We've decided Vladimir Kozlov and Khali are just the man.
The best.
The best.
The best.
Yeah. But no, WWE didn't want to do it, didn't want to listen to the fans, whatever. Thanks, Vince.
Have you guys seen Kozlov recently, though?
No.
He's buff.
Dude, he is like a legitimate movie star now. I saw a video, I think it was a couple of years ago. Yeah, he was just shredded.
Yeah, he's
good.
fucking jacked.
He took the Rock's game plan.
Yeah.
Probably still can't wrestle worth a damn, but hey.
I give him shit because he had a match with Triple H on one of those
and Khali.
Well, okay, and Khali, but either way, in the match I think it was a Cyber Tuesday, and it was a triple threat match, and Kozlov headbutted Triple H in the gut and then sold his own headbutt.
Oh no, that was Triple H and Edge at Survivor Series.
Okay, either way, Kozlov headbutted Triple H and he sold the move, not Triple H. It's funny. It's hilarious. I did a match review for that.
We did.
No. I did do the match review for that one. We did that.
Match review is one I gave you. First, it's the one that created the match review series.
Yeah.
All right, so we got one last segment here. So what's
guess
going on?
Saving grace.
Guess who's in the segment?
I thought you said match. thought you said match. Okay, go ahead.
Guess who's in the next segment, WrestleRush? I'll give you 5 guesses.
Is it Triple H? Huge guess.
You are exactly right. How'd you know? All right. So Todd Grisham is asking Triple H, mentioning to Triple H, it's been a tough night. You've had to wrestle 2 matches and all that stuff. Triple H says this is a dangerous business, and that he's gonna. Crap. How did he word this? It went by too quick. Anyway, basically, it was a babyface response to his situation, i.e., having to go through Orton once, Umaga, then Orton again, a last man standing match. Orton, I'm going to hurt you, and then we go on to the match.
Unfortunately, though, he didn't ask Todd Grisham the question back.
Yeah, that's another trope. Like, you ever hear interviewers ask a wrestler, how are you feeling about your blah, 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 blah? And the guy will go, how am I feeling about my blah, 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 blah? It happens all the time. But I think they heard us often enough and they stopped doing it.
Yeah, it's like we had one last week, and that is it.
Yeah,
we did it like twice in the same promo.
It's running dry a little bit, so man. Either way, that's something I've always noticed about people who don't know how to do promos. Always started off by repeating the question back to the interviewer.
Some of the time, it's not even someone who doesn't know how to do a promo though, because I think last week it was Miz.
It was.
Oh, that's right.
And Miz knows how to cut a fucking promo.
Yeah, he does. He's awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
Some would say.
And also, Beer City Bruiser is one of our favorites too here, WrestleRush.
He follows me on Twitter.
You know who the Beer City Bruiser is?
That's from ROH, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, it's been a minute since I've heard that name before, but I do recognize it.
He's one of our favorites since episode 1.
Yeah, we turned it into a joke. We just run with it now.
If you ever see him or talk to him, ask him about the moonsault and why we aren't getting one.
Yeah, he's got to give us a moonsault. He
We
promised us in the cameo.
He did.
And
a moonsault. That's all we want.
Also, a big thing on this channel is Mae Young's tits.
Yum.
And Scorpio Sky's cock.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Nothing's off limits here.
And then if PCO malfunctions as well.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
PCO malfunction, Scorpio Sky's big black dick, Mae Young's tits, and Beer City Bruiser.
Yeah.
And
We're
Flipboard.
going to be on OnlyFans pretty soon at this rate.
Exactly. If we got Scorpio Sky's dick and Mae Young's tits on OnlyFans, boom.
10,000 likes within a second.
Pretty much.
Or subscriptions, excuse me.
Quit my job.
Right?
But all right, we have a last man standing match for the WWE Championship. Triple H versus Randy Orton.
Good
Can't
stuff.
see it. Scorpio's dicks in the way.
We've built all night to this, and I was interested to see how this match was going to play out. I mean, you can't think of a bad match between these two at this level of a build in one show. This really did feel like a Raw, a really good episode of Raw. You know what I mean? Because it built up from the beginning, promo at the beginning, segments in the middle of all the matches, and then we get to the main event.
Good point.
All right, so Orton starts off by doing some uppercuts to Triple H. Triple H attempts a pedigree to Orton on the ramp, but Orton does a backdrop to Triple H, so Triple H hits the ramp pretty hard. Orton hits Triple H on the steps. Orton does a back suplex to Triple H on the barricade. Orton throws Triple H into the steps. Orton does a drop kick to Triple H. Orton attempts a scoop slam to Triple H, but Triple H does the high knee to Orton instead.
High knee.
Orton does that backbreaker, an uppercut, and then he does a body scissors as he chokes Triple H with a cord.
I like that spot.
Orton then hits Triple H in the head of the TV monitor. Orton attempts an RKO to Triple H through the announcer's table, but Triple H throws Orton onto the other announcer's table and it breaks. That was pretty cool.
Buffalo, the exact opposite.
Orton attempts to throw Triple H into the steps again, but then Triple H has a spine buster to Orton instead on the floor, which was unfortunately in a picture-in-picture replay
Way to
view.
go, WWF.
But they did show it like 2 seconds later.
Yay.
Triple H hits Orton with the steps. Triple H attempts to hit Orton with a chair, but Orton kicks Triple H's leg. Orton does a DDT, and then on the chair, and he also does an RKO to Triple H on the chair. Brutal.
Nice. Did he go for a pin there?
No, because he
It's a
can't
last man
pin
standing
man.
match.
Oh, I'm dumb. Sorry, guys.
He attempted to pin him right there.
He did get up, but 9.5 though. Yeah, I'm dumb. Smack me real quick. Thank you.
Orton attempts a punt to Triple H, but Triple H grabs Orton's leg, and he's pissed.
He fires up. Blood in his face.
Triple H then does a clothesline to Orton. Orton hits Triple H on the barricade, and then the steps, and the announcer's table multiple times. Triple H attempts a pedigree to Orton, but then Orton slingshots Triple H into the ring post. Orton attempts to hit Triple H with the steps, but Triple H has a low blow to Orton, so Orton falls face first into the steps.
Oh, yeah.
Triple H has a chair, and he hits Orton in the head with the chair into the steps.
He's got a family, by God.
I love that spot.
Triple H rolls Orton on the announcer's table, and Triple H is going to attempt to pedigree him on it, but Orton does the RKO to Triple H on the announcer's table instead, and then the referee starts counting. He goes all the way to 10, and Triple H cannot get up. Orton wins.
Yeah. Okay, so when you're back watching all the filler, I'm sorry, I'm not going to call it filler anymore at this point because now we know what happens, right? It's no longer filler. It's a good build. I really enjoyed the build, even though some of the matches in between them sucked. I'm glad those segments were there, especially as we got to the end. I thought it was really, really good. Like I said, this is like if Raw was 3 hours and doing this shit every week, they'd have no problems. But no, they don't. So like my few favorite spots was the where the fuck is it? No, the electrical cord spot, because Randy Orton has 2 ways to choke out Triple H. If you can't get him with the cord, he's gonna constrict him on his torso with the body scissors. Really cool stuff. All the announce table stuff was good. It just looked good. I mean, like everything looked. I mean, they were laying it in when Triple H was bloody and he's telling Randy Orton to suck it and he's firing up. That looked like Triple H was gonna kick his ass. It was really good stuff here. All the way to the end, yeah. I give this match a 9. It was really good.
WrestleRush, what do you think?
I don't know where to start with this one. It's pretty cool to watch this thing back here. All these.
You know what? I'm giving it a 10. Fuck it.
Really?
10.
There you go.
Including the build. All the build helped out. 10. Fuck it. 10 out of 10.
Right. You know what also put this over the edge too was the commentary.
Oh, and Jim Ross, dude, I love him.
He put this over the top. I think this is one of those matches where it's like a 9 out of 10, but hearing him on the call puts it at a 10 out of 10 for me. Loved all the spots. I think every count made sense because I think a lot of the times with these last man standing matches, they tend to drag on a little bit and can get a little bit boring with the referees doing that slow 10 count, but they all seem to make sense here. And the end spot with Triple H almost coming up for that count was awesome to me. So 10 out of 10 easily here for me.
I gotta make this a trifecta on that one, boys.
Okay, you're gonna make.
Do what you want, man. What do you think?
I'm not gonna do it.
Let's hear it.
I love Orton.
Orton's his boy. Him and AJ Styles.
And then most of the AEW roster, but that's a whole other thing. But yeah, I don't know. I give it 9.5. I'm not gonna pull up 10. I don't know why I can't do it. Maybe it's because I'm drained of Randy Orton Triple H matches at this point. That might be part of it. But it's really good. So
yeah,
I'm not gonna go with 10. It's not.
Okay.
Well, how about this? Put yourself back in whatever year this was when this matchup was still.
Yeah, so 7.
This matchup still wasn't that, repeated over and over again. Would you still would you have a different outlook of it?
Maybe, but I can think back 04, they had a couple matches, 05, they had a couple matches.
This is like Orton getting to the top, really etching his spot in the top.
Well, plus you got to think at that point the heel face dynamic was opposite.
Yeah.
And that's one of my points I'll make. I don't like Triple H as a face, so that kind of hurts me a little bit.
And I got a question about that. When we're done.
I've never liked Triple H as a face. I've never thought it to be believable at all. So I never got behind the whole Triple H is making that comeback after getting his shit kicked. I'm like, no,
yeah.
I don't believe it.
It was really weird to hear Triple H have babyface promos when I just look at him as a heel and a heel only, despite the fact that he did spend multiple years as a face in different versions of his career. But the original DX and then the newer DX. And then, and also when he came back from his quad injury, he was a face for about 8 months.
Yeah, it was a few months, and that was it. And then he was then he was face for 8 years straight from 2006 on.
Yeah.
Until he screwed over Daniel Bryan.
So, and then to this point, I would say that's probably why that half a point, it's a very fine line between that half a point, 9.5 and 10, is my believability of Triple H's face.
But he pulls it off though. He's sitting there, bloody as shit. He's fucking hulking up and
gives him the fucking suck it.
Yeah, I thought I thought he pulled it off really well. Okay, so talking about Chris mentioned that the heel and face dynamic was switched between the two of those. Okay, how do you guys feel about now the Brock and Roman Reigns dynamic being switched? Is it better or worse than before?
Oh, that's better. That's better.
Yeah.
It's better.
I agree. Way better.
And even having Heyman involved makes it better too.
Yeah.
Heyman kind of ties it together and why it's better.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Heyman, then I don't think I'd care as much.
Yeah. If I don't want to watch Crown Jewel, but if I did, I'd probably only want to watch the highlights of that match because I want to see how a heel Roman and a face Brock, intermix in the matches, and will it be different when they were opposite before, when Brock was just doing F5s and Roman was just doing spears and Superman punches, and then we have a little stupid finish.
Don't worry, when it gets on DVD, one day we'll watch it.
Yeah, so that's the only match I really care about because I just want to see that dynamic. Other than that, I don't even care about that show.
I'll probably watch that match.
I want to see the Hell in a Cell with Rollins and
that's
Edge
on that show too.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then if they set up
I'm still
a good...
blown away by the word DVD. I'm still blown away.
I know, right? They exist still.
Yeah.
What's a DVD?
I don't know, ask DVD Freak. He'll tell you.
Yeah, DVD Freak has got fucking every WWE DVD made.
Pretty much.
What about movie-wise? How many movies do you have on DVD still?
I have a lot.
I got about 50 maybe.
I have a lot.
Probably got like 100.
50 isn't that much, I guess.
No, it's not.
I probably got 100. Like,
I could have tons more. I'm just not a really movie watcher. I'd rather go either watch it on TV or on Netflix or whatever, or go to the movies. I just don't watch DVDs that much.
Gotcha.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, the DVD sometimes has exclusive extras.
Oh God.
That's true. That you can probably find on YouTube though.
Oh, for sure. Someone's probably uploaded them by now.
Oh, I waste a lot of money on things I don't need. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. Don't look at my wall.
No, I'm giving you
collectible shit.
I think that's really cool, dude.
Looking at all the AEW action figures as we say that.
Because I wish I had the desire to collect something. Because if I did, it'd be wrestling related. I just don't have the desire to collect things. So.
That's true.
So.
All right. So overall, fuck, man.
Yeah, there's ups and downs.
Would you recommend this show?
I would.
I definitely would.
I would. 100%, yeah.
If you have ways to skip some of the bullshit.
I would say for sure just skip Punk and Big Daddy V because there's no reason to watch it.
Skip the pizza bullshit.
Yeah, skip the pizza contest. That sucked.
And probably skip the Candice Michelle Beth Phoenix match.
Unless you really want to see a young Beth Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh, hi Candice. No thanks. And honestly, I think it was of the three Punjabi matches. It's probably the best one, and I don't think that means much, but
probably.
But still, give that one a look. I'm glad it didn't overstay its welcome. I think they got right to the point.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was a half-hour match or something. I think it was like probably. God, it probably felt like it was like 15-ish.
And it actually didn't go by that slow either. I mean, there's still interesting spots, but still, obviously the star of the night was Triple Flip. He's just the guy.
Flip.
Flipple H, what do you want to call him that? Whatever.
Flipple H. There you go.
But that was it. But to me, this whole thing was a Monday Night Raw, and if WWE could find a way to do this kind of a show on Monday Night Raw every other week, perhaps they wouldn't have the issues they're having right now.
Oh, that's 100%.
I don't know what they're doing right now. Jesus.
Yeah.
So.
All right. It was awesome to have you on WrestleRush.
It was a pleasure.
Cool.
Hopefully we can have you on again soonish.
Any ideas for the next show?
Oh, shoot.
Well, please don't give me whatever the Goldberg Undertaker match was.
Oh, we're not going back to Saudi.
No, we're not going to do that to you because we did it to ourselves last week.
Yeah, no.
Please don't do that to me.
No, Freak did that to us.
You and I will text about the next time you're on and what we want to do for that.
Anytime.
Okay.
Anytime.
All right, man. We're out for this particular podcast.